ready to, you could just go there and watch Natasha Akpoti there. Everyone, yeah, we're streaming across all of our social media platforms, but I would like you if you join me on YouTube this morning. Yeah, let's do this together. Senator Natasha drags Nigerian Senate President Akpabio to IPU over suspension and, of course, sexual harassment. And then to Biafra, no judge withdrew from Nnamdi Kanu's trial. Federal High Court is the one coming out to say that. And then, as regards 2027, we'll align with coalition that guarantees Southeast automatic presidential ticket, says Ohanaeze Ndigbo. Yes, that's what they're saying. They said, we will align with coalition that guarantees Southeast automatic presidential ticket, says Ohanaeze Ndigbo. And then reps direct NCC to block all pornographic sites in Nigeria. I saw that yesterday. Reps directs NCC to block all pornographic sites in Nigeria. And then moving on to some other headlines now. Nigerian government approves Abia's modular refinery. And then to FCT now. Wike supervises demolition of houses in Gishiri as residents resist. Wike supervises demolition of houses in Gishiri as residents resist. Outside Nigeria now, Ukraine endorses U.S. proposal for 30-day ceasefire in war with Russia. NAF airstrikes destroys bandits camp in Niger, many neutralized. And then Kano gets new police commissioner. Injured NAS staff gets 25 million naira compensation from Social Insurance Trust Fund. And then let's get back home fully. Unless I am poisoned, I still have 3 years. Uzodin my hints on next Imo governor. Unless I am poisoned, I still have 3 years. Uzodin my hints on next Imo governor. And then Anyanwu, Imo PDP reacts as Supreme Court refuses to grant stay of execution position. President Tinubu breaks silence on Rivers crisis. We'll have a lot to talk about this morning, everyone. Senate orders INEC to conduct by-elections for Anambra Edo vacant seats. And then to Anambra Guba, we didn't appoint any aspirant ahead of April the 5th primary election, says APC National Working Committee. We didn't appoint any aspirant ahead of April the 5th primary election. Bafarawa dismisses claims of joining the SDP. Everyone, let's move straight to Punch newspaper for some more punchy, very punchy headlines, I must say. Police uncover LASU graduates' shallow grave, arrests 4 suspects. Tinubu meets Niger Delta leaders. Fubara plans meeting with pro-Wike lawmakers. Kirby seeks soldiers' deployment over Lakurawa attack. Sharia law will enhance Nigerian justice system. Islamic scholar is the one saying that there. Sharia law will enhance Nigerian justice system. Probe begins after pregnant Ogu woman dies. And then killing spree, anger over Heather's deadly attacks in Ondo, Benue, Nasarawa, and of course 30 killed. It's a very sad story. And then to some of the top headlines here now. 5 billion naira vehicle purchase deepens Obasa Miranda Field. Natasha takes face off with Senate to the UN. Marketers project 800 naira per litre as imported petrol's cost drops. Did you hear that? You're happy, right? More can happen. Rivers crisis. Tinubu urges political actors to respect court rulings. And then Lagos APC lawmakers deny defection rumors. Let's get to some headlines now, to some more political headlines. Anambra, political battle lines drawn as APC, Labour Party battle Abga for governorship race. Rivers crisis, Fubara vows full implementation of Supreme Court judgment. All right. And then Senate urges INEC to hold by-elections for Edo Central, Anambra South Senatorial District. 7:09 is the time. We now move quickly to Daily Thrust newspaper right now. Tinubu to Fubara, Pandef, implement Supreme Court verdict. Okay. On harassment, Natasha drags Akpabio to UN. And tax reform bills, Reps Committee proposes major challenges. AU appoints Kabir, former Surveyors Council Registrar, Ambassador for 2063 agenda. That is 2063 agenda. On 2025 Hajj, Linan signs Pilgrims Airlift Agreement with Nakon. Reps urge NCC to block all pornographic websites in Nigeria. Church buildings, cars raised as tanker explodes in Lagos. It's a sad one I saw there. To some more now. Supreme Court verdicts. I have counseled Fubara, says Tinubu. And then, still on that judgment on Fubara, I'll comply fully with Supreme Court judgment. And then, away from Fubara and from Rivers State now, how banditry forced Kaduna, Zamfara, Katsina, Sokoto to shift grounds. How banditry forced Kaduna, Zamfara, Katsina, Sokoto to shift grounds. IGP bans parade of suspects. No more parade of suspects. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. The Nation is next. The Nation newspaper is before me now. It's taking us to Oyo State first. Oyo Assembly Service Commission begins 2-day capacity building. And then Senate urges INEC to fill 2 red chamber, 1 House of Reps vacant seats. And then, as regards Nnamdi Kanu, new judge to issue hearing notice before Friday. Did you hear that? Good. Jandor won't walk Lagos streets if I take him on, says Bode George. Jandor won't walk Lagos streets if I take him on, says Bode George. Quite funny, right? Okay, let me give you some more quickly. Tinubu to Fubara, comply fully with Supreme Court verdict. And then there are some more here now. NIMET alert 19 states to impending heat stress. Heat. How was it last night, though? How was it last night? Heat, right? But NIMET is alerting 19 states to implement heat stress. Natasha reports her suspension case against Akpabio to UN Interparliamentary Union. And then House ready to pass tax reform bills. US ambassador tables 4 priorities before Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Then Nigeria ripe for investment. Shetima tells Brazil and others. Court bars ex-mistress from claiming to be former Sky Bank chairman Ayeni's wife. Finally, Anambra poll. Ganduje calls for unity at meeting with 7 APC governorship aspirants and others. Ganduje calls for unity at meeting with 7 APC governorship aspirants and, of course, others. Okay, everyone, let's move to the Sun newspaper right now. Pro-Natasha women groups begin mass protests today. And then Nigeria has lost a distinguished leader and, of course, patriot, says Governor Mba. Yeah. I believe in Charter of Equity, says Uzodinma. Senate ask INEC to fill vacant Senate seats in Edo and, of course, Anambra. Federal government captures 68 million poor Nigerians in National Social Register. Anambra Guba, APC's permutations. What are your own permutations, everyone? Maybe we'll talk later, okay? We'll talk about that much later. Tinubu meets South leaders, calls for rule of law to restore peace in Rivers State. Nwosu calls for practical leadership in Anambra State. And then, Rufai's affection to SDP won't derail Tinubu's re-election in 2027. Ex-Oyo commissioner is the one saying that there. And Labour Party sets up 3-man NACS intervention truce committee. SDP, Rufai, is an asset but has weaknesses. Adebayo is speaking there. All right, the Guardian is going to guide us to short, few stories here. Sorrow, anguish over killing of farmers in Ondo communities. Gunmen abduct 9 surveyors, demand 100 million naira ransom in Ondo State. Court grants bail to Zion's false testimony lady. VOP 90.3 FM. Check the time. 7:15 a.m. You remember I told you that you can be part of the conversation this morning. Strongly so. By visiting YouTube. I want to read your comments, your views, your take, and of course, your observation. Just join me in YouTube. VOP 90.3 FM. Just go there and type VOP 90.3 FM and then to the comment section. Let's get all of those views, okay? And don't forget that our WhatsApp portal is open right now for your messages. WhatsApp number is 081 717 56338. 081 717 56338. Later on, you can call the number 0700 903 903 903. That's the official number, all right, to call. But right now, let's see if we can give you some more headlines, or maybe before that, before I give you some more headlines, we need to bring in Rufai Oseni into the picture. He's got something really good to say this morning. Good morning, Rufai Oseni. Welcome.
Morning. Couple of things. I've not got good news. Couple of weeks ago, a certain person, I think was one of the special advisors in the local government from Koshofe, sent me a message. You know, I get tons and tons of this requests to help people. And, you know, as a journalist, you hear every side. Everybody gets across to you. And I said, go submit your petition to the appropriate quarters. You know, go submit your petition to the appropriate quarters. I've got nothing to do with it. If you're going to go to court, explore the legal process. Then in the middle of the night, I got a call. This person claimed to be the son of this man. He said they had come to arrest his father. And he sent an SOS message. So please, I would like to call on the authorities. The message reads, and I've put the message on my page. If for anything, just I said, I'm son to Ganio Yebanjo from Koshofe local government, SA on boundary. He reached out to you last week about the petition he wrote about the executive chairman of Koshofe. He was arrested this night by some policemen in question, taken to Ikoyi. So I said, I just got this SOS message. So please, I'm also using radio platform. You see, this is the life we live, to help people that will never get to see in our lives, to speak up for them. And I believe that that's why God put us in this position, you know. So I'm making frantic, you know, efforts to amplify this as I got up this morning, because he called me really late in the night. And at first I was like, but I knew it was better. I've been an emergency. So I also, you know, did listen to him. So I've also made, you know, some contacts among some of the chairmen there to prevail on this. If somebody has a petition, you should take it through the, you know, appropriate channel. And if the petition is investigated and you are not found guilty, then you come out exonerated. So I mean, I'm not saying it's the Koshofe local government chairman that arrested this man. I don't even know what the case is. Okay. You know, as regards police arrest and everything. So I don't know where it's coming from. But this man's son has just reached out to me, and I've just read that message out there. Secondly, the case of Natasha Akpabio, she went to Interparliamentary Union yesterday in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and she did make mention of the case with Akpabio and everything. And this is already growing internationally because there are lots of people that are also, looking at the case and say justice must be free. All we are saying is, see, we are not taking side in this matter. See, because a lot of people now want to blackmail us for standing up for women. When we say we stand with Natasha, we stand against any form of misogyny. Natasha has become a symbol against any form of misogyny in society. That's just it. So, but we are still also calling for investigation. I said this yesterday on air. I would be the first to personally, berate Natasha if when they now start the investigation, she give evidence. She must give us evidence. Proof. But we must also give her the chance to give evidence. These attempts to silence her is what we stand up against. We must also report all sides. We must not care. See, this journalism we are doing is for posterity's sake. I will grow old one day, and I will look back. I will ask myself the question, Rufai, did you do the best possible thing at any point in time to help people? And that's always been my life and what we do via the radio. We are not in here to be able to make money or cash. We are here to be able to impact lives. A women group reached out to me, and I think it's also they are called the Purple Women.
Okay.
Nigeria Women Rise Against Patriarchy. I think they're having a protest today, 12th of March. They have venues all over the country. Abia, Ogun, FCT, Oka, Ebonyi. Convergence point in the State Government House in Lagos. Let me check where they are going to. In FCT, they have not put in a convergence point in Lagos. I mean, they have a lot of places. That was how also we took the story of the women group that were protesting in favor of Akpabio. So if we take stories of women group protesting in favor of Akpabio, it's always right too to also take the one in protest in favor of Natasha.
Okay.
All we are calling for is investigation. So, and we stand against misogyny because Natasha is now the symbol against our societal misogyny.
But Rufai, some persons will tell you that Natasha has gone too far by going to the UN.
Gone too far.
I see to do.
Please, I think you should take a.
Some persons will say
BP,
that.
I think you should take a BP machine and go and check the BP of such people. A woman has allegations of sexual assault. Sexual harassment. It's not been investigated. Then, another altercation, she's suspended. She's not been heard. Do you also know that there's a petition against underlisted officers of the Senate at the Code of Conduct Bureau? They've written to the Code of Conduct. Gospel Akpabio, Okwemi Bamidele, Senator Neda Maswe. A woman will explore every point to be able to get her justice and make herself heard. When you've suspended her from the Senate, that she can't be heard again. So we should not move around. So for those people, he said they've gone too far. Let's put them in their. If it's their own daughter that is going through all of this, what level will they go? That was the technical knockout question I asked Senator Kingsley Adesanya when he was saying sexual harassment is not a big deal. There's nothing called sexual harassment and all of that. I said, if it was your own daughter. That to. Before you know it, he did not even know when he now told us the story of his sister's daughter that happened to, and how his sister went to the school to go and warn the lecturer. So if it's you it's happening to, you will react. Oh, because Natasha is an external person, it's not close to me. You probably look at that as privilege. You say she's going too far. Going too far to be able to make her voice heard. Going too far to be able to make her voice heard. What kind of country are we building? We can't see. For me, everything I do in this life, God will judge me. And God will ask me, Rufai, the millions of people I gave you their ears, what did you say to them? Did you speak the truth? For everything we do on that, there's going to be accountability.
Of course.
That's where I live my life. For everything, if not from man, from God. So God will now ask me that the millions of people I gave you their ears to impact their lives positively with the media I've given you. With VOP platform, with your online platform, with your Twitter of over 1 million followers, Instagram of over, close to 500,000 followers, Facebook of close to over 220,000 followers. What did you do to impact these people? Because with great power comes great responsibility. I'm not going to deceive you. I'm an influential man in this society. But God has also given me responsibility to speak truth to power, to heal lives with my influence, to help people. You think this influence God gave me was for free? No. So posterity will judge all of us. It will be. See, and that's why in most of national conversation, I take the unpopular side, but the unpopular side is always the side of fairness and justice in the long run. We are not saying Akpabio is guilty. We are saying let them investigate. That's just what we are saying. Let them investigate. There was another tanker explosion around the Otedola Bridge.
I saw that.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. No. My heart goes out, but we need to do something. The constant wahala on that Otedola Bridge is something that really, really baffles me. TCM power supply to Lagos has dropped by 350 megawatts due to fault transmission line. So a lot of people might not also have power in Lagos, which is another problem. Also, please, I want to start a campaign today.
What's it about?
Today is 2025, March 13, Abi, or 12. See, we have not talked about the electoral bill. And as at next year, they will not be able to sign anything. 2027 elections might just be like 2023 elections if care is not taken. Go and write it down. We have not fixed those loopholes in the electoral bill that we ought to talk about. You know me, when I'm talking it now, people say my mouth is smelly.
And don't you think it's a deliberate attempt?
I don't care. We must call them out. 12th of March today. Please go and write it down. 2027 elections might just be like 2023. And I'm sounding a note of warning. It's on record I said these things. It's on record I said these things. Please, let us do what is right. I beg all and sundry, let us do what is right. So, it has to be said. It has to be said, my brother. It has to be said.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you want to ask me questions?
We'll align with coalition that guarantees Southeast automatic presidential ticket. Ohaneze is saying that. Your comment on that quickly.
Southeast, we align with coalition. We'll try to look for, anybody that leans towards their ideas and their ideals. I have always said, for the interest of fairness and justice, we should have, a president of the Igbo extraction. I mean, I've always said that. That's always been a point I've muted all this while. So I'm not surprised that Awanes is also talking that point. Because since the return to democracy, it needs to go round. It needs to go round. Yeah.
Okay, Rufai, let's go kind of critical now. Imagine an Aerophile vouching for an Igbo president come 2027. How would you look?
An Aerophile vouching for an Igbo president.
Garnering all his powers to vouch for an Igbo president.
Politicians will do anything. The same way Rufai that abused Peter Obi. Can you see his son is already praising Peter Obi today? Politicians will do anything for power. It's about their own interest. Please, Nigerians should go and think of how we can have leaders that will better our lives and we too can work towards bettering our lives, Jerry. These guys are all the same. It's about power for them. Not they're in the elite class, they're in the elite class. It's about us now that we should think of ourselves. So I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to be surprised. Didn't El Rufai once say I will never leave APC? Didn't he leave APC? I beg, forget all of those people, Jerry. I don't take them seriously.
Okay, Rufai. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, I bless you, my brother. Bless you. Thank you. Yeah.
Everyone, stay there with me. I am not done with this this story, because when you look at it, somehow you find out that the Igbos or Ohaneze is already telling anyone who is willing to come to them and say, hey, I'm offering you Igbo president. I mean, I'm offering you the chance to produce a Igbo president. It means Ohaneze will just jump at that person. Everyone, I want us to think. Let's reason this together. So it means if an Rufai who is not at par with the current administration comes to Ohanaeze and say, okay, fine, I will give you this. Let's strike a deal. Let's have a president from the Southwest, and let's have the vice president from the North. What would happen, everyone? What do you think? If it goes that way, what will happen? After all, yesterday, Rufai's son says, well, Peter Obi is not bad at all. After all, he's not bad. He's not that bad. So it means, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you I'm pointing towards a certain direction. What is going to happen? And somebody said, I think myself and Adigbo were having this conversation yesterday. Like, if we have Atiku, if we have the likes of Kwankwanso, we have the likes of some of these guys, Patutomi, these guys around, right? We have them come together to want to fight this cause and say, okay, fine, we are done. We want a different administration. We want something new. We want something fresh. And they say, okay, fine, let's go to Southeast to look for a good candidate. After all, they want the South to finish their 2 terms, right? And it's still South now. And then it will get to them. What will happen? Everyone. I want us to look at this very well, because Ohanaeze is coming out this time to say we will align with any coalition that guarantees Southeast automatic presidential ticket. And that is Ohanaeze speaking. It means they are asking somebody to please come and offer us something. We will support you. Is that what it means? Let me bring in CP Chuks, who is a political enthusiast, and he understands this game very well. He is also someone from the Southeast. Yeah, he would break this down better for us. CP Chuks, good morning to you, sire.
Good morning to you, Kami Judy, and to the listeners.
Good morning to you.
Thank you.
Ohanaeze is saying that they will align with coalition that guarantees Southeast automatic presidential ticket. And of course, you and I understand that Rufai is doing everything possible to make sure this administration is ousted anyhow. However, maybe he doesn't want to even be the president, but he wants Tinubu out of power. Anyhow, he wants to do it. I don't know, but he just wants to achieve that. And now, don't you think Ohanaeze is now inviting anyone who is going to give them that power or that ability to pick a president from the Igbo extraction? Don't you think so?
Well, I think so too. They are very free to field or support a candidate from Southeast extraction. But number one is supporting that candidate, and number 2 is winning that election. Okay. In other words, they need that coalition, because for them alone, they cannot go anywhere. So they need to build bridges across to the Southwest, to the South-South, to the North, the entire North Central, Northwest, Northeast.
Okay.
That is one. Then secondly, it depends on the integrity and the capacity of whoever they support. You see, there are 2 things there, 2 different things. There's a difference between you bringing out somebody and say, this is the person we have brought out, which may not be acceptable to Nigerians. And for somebody to come on his own, and then you now start calling for support for that person. That was exactly what happened to Obi in 2023. Obi did not come out as an Igbo candidate. He came out as a Nigerian who had something to offer. And when the youth, the masses, the workers saw his integrity, they all rolled themselves behind him. So if such a thing happens in 2027, that would be very good. That would be very good. But like I have always said, the power of incumbency now. The incumbent president is a master of the game. He was the one who arranged 2015 and removed the sitting president. And like they say in the Igbo land goes, that those who are very good in using machetes don't allow anybody to carry machete and come at their back, because that could mean guillotining the person and getting his head off. So he knows all those games and tricks that anybody will use to unseat him. And he will be thinking ahead of all those people. He will walk ahead of them, possibly, and may infiltrate the ranks of all those oppositions and get them disorganized, so that at the end of the day, he will coast smoothly back to the villa in 2027. So whatever it is, I will want to counsel the Ohanese. They should watch their statements. Let them not present their statements in such a way that it will look as if they have gotten themselves together to bring out an Igbo candidate, because it will not work. Rather, let them clamor for the entire Nigerians to accept any Igbo candidate that will come and has potentials, has good quality, has integrity, has a very good pedigree. Then let them please support him, since Southeast have not produced. That's a better alignment, or a better way to follow it. So that's my take to it. They are free. It is their constitutional rights for them to project somebody. That's one. For somebody from that part of the country to present himself that he wants to aspire to become president. It is perfectly in order and perfectly in line with the Constitution. But then, to the extent of them actualizing and succeeding in getting that done is another subject.
Adela said yesterday, CP, that the SDP might be SDP in 2027 might be the LP of 2023. Don't you think so?
Well, it depends. It depends on who emerges as a presidential candidate from SDP. If, for instance, at the end of the day, somebody from North Central becomes candidate for SDP, do you think that would be acceptable to people from even that North? I think the person will have serious opposition, because they'll ask him, you are trying to spoil the arrangement, the existing arrangement, whereby the South will do 8 years, the North will do 8 years. So the person may sell if it emerges from either South-South or emerges from either Southeast or even Southwest. There's nothing wrong in a Yoruba man coming out as a flag bearer of the SDP, depending on the background of that person. If, for instance, somebody like Dele Farotimi emerges as we speak as candidate for SDP, no. You see what happened to Obi in 2023 will happen to Dele Farotimi in 2027. Because he has won himself into the heart of Nigerians, the youth, the workers, the masses. Everybody has seen he's detribalized. He is a very transparent and honest Nigerian. If you asked me a question some time ago, who is going to replace Pa Adebanjo? I didn't want to say that I wanted to say immediately is Dele Farotimi that I'm looking at.
Really?
And then in the other side, the southeast, I'm looking at Sam Amadu or Professor Chibi or Denkelo.
Okay.
Those three people can sit in place of Clark and they will do very well, and Pa Adebanjo. But why I kept quiet is that let us Monday, then let them be buried first. Then we will now start talking of who will replace them. So if such candidate comes out for SDP, I think they will go places. That is, if the system will allow them, if there is a level playing ground, they will go places.
CP, one of the best candidates that the Igbos have, the Southeast have, is still Peter Gregory Obi. I mean, do you think the Southeast will want to play out Obi this time around just to get another person on board? I mean, if Peter Obi is etched out of the game, by his own people, do you think there's someone who is stronger who can come and also, fight, hand to hand, head to head with Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027?
I don't think there's anybody from the Southeast extraction that will be as acceptable as transparent and with integrity as Peter Obi, for now, as we speak. So once he offers himself, you know, there's another saying in Igbo land that when the biggest masquerade, they call it Jele, comes out, all the other smaller masquerades will just disappear into thin air. So no matter those of them who have presidential ambition, when they all come out, as soon as Obi comes out, those ones will either rally around him or they'll fade away like the flower in the morning that fades away in the evening. Whereas Peter will stand like the rock of Gibraltar.
Now
that goes with his name.
Beautiful. I think I love where this whole thing is tilting towards. Now, looking at what Rufai is doing, looking at what Ohanaeze has said, don't you think that Obi is about to move ground? I mean, Obi is about to shift base to probably the SDP.
Well, it is too early to draw that conclusion. What makes you think that at the end of the day, the PDP will not arrange themselves, get much better, and bring Obi back to do it through PDP? Is another possibility.
Okay.
Yes, it's another possibility. So the platform or the party upon which he will launch himself is not an issue for now. It's not the subject matter. Rather, what is more important is for the person to continue to do good to the Nigerians and still maintain good records and at least align himself with the masses, because it appears the masses have already accepted him, irrespective of religion and tribe. So if he can maintain that tempo, he's good to go. No matter the party he goes into, I think he will still make a significant impact in that platform.
You know, just yesterday I said Rufai shouldn't be referred to as paperweight. Rufai is heading up to something that we might not understand. Now, just yesterday again, the presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, in the 2023 elections, Adewale Adebayo, has described Rufai, you know, as an asset with a proven track record of exemplary public service. You know, he declared that the defection of Rufai would add value to the party. Now, while he was speaking, he said, though an asset, Rufai has weaknesses to work on, but then he is an asset. I'm coming back to you now to ask you, don't you think we shouldn't, I mean, do you think we should look at Rufai still as paperweight, like some persons will say?
I still look at Rufai as a paperweight, and I'll continue to maintain that, because he does not have the ability and capacity to win an election. He has demonstrated that. The ones he coasted in as governor of Kaduna was under the canopy and umbrella of Muhammadu Buhari for the 8 years. And by the time they were exiting, even to win the majority votes for the incumbent president in Kaduna, he could not. Atiku came and won the place. Look at even the senatorial elections. He also could not, you know, as incumbent governor, he could not do a good showing. And look at down to House of Reps. Even Obi entered there and took two or three seats in the House of Reps. Then PDP took the majority, and his APC came second in between Obi and Atiku. So what does he have to offer now that he's just like any other person on the street? No power of incumbency anymore. So how is it not to speak grammar that will make him an asset? He speaks grammar, yes. He's an asset in the policy directions and in whatever position he's given, whether political office holding or in the private enterprise. He could be an asset too, because of his level of intellectual capacity and all that. I learned he's a quantity surveyor, maybe being a quantity surveyor. He will be good, very good in construction cost consultancy. Very good. He will be very.
Right.
He's an asset in those areas, but politically, he doesn't. He has no weight.
Thank you. CP, thank
Yes,
you so
not the
much.
grassroots.
The price of fuel, let's just touch on something quickly before I let you go. Marketers are projecting the 800 naira per litre as imported petrol's cost drop. Your response on that quickly. 1 minute. 800 naira per litre. It's coming down. It's coming down. It's coming down. It's coming down.
Those ones are projections. Are they the key players? They are not key players now. They are neither involved in importing nor refining locally. So the determinants is number one, cost of crude. Number two, cost of production. Number three, for those of them importing, you pay port charges, freight, taxes, and so on and so forth. All these things are factored in before you finally come to determining your price. And then there is a danger in what is going on. The major importers are crying wolf that Dangote is deliberately dropping the price to get them out of the market so that he will now monopolize and be determining the price himself the way he wants. It's a free enterprise market. So if you feel your fit to compete, go ahead. If you succeed at the end of the day, everybody will clap for you. So the issue of the thing dropping to 800 is only speculative. It is not realistic. It will only be realistic if all those factors I've mentioned are put in, because there's no businessman that is Father Christmas. Nobody will produce for you to be, clapping for them and say, oh, they are wonderful. Then they'll be running losses. It's not done in any part of the universe.
Okay.
So it is the realistic factors, like I've just mentioned.
Thank you, CP.
That will be put in. Yes.
Thank you, CP. Finally, let's talk about Natasha Akpabio, the embattled senator representing Kogi Central. Natasha Akpabio has taken Nigerian Senate President Godswill Akpabio to the Inter-Parliamentary Union (IPU) over a 6-month suspension and allegations of sexual harassment. CP, is she doing too much?
Look, the woman felt cheated. She had run to court here. The legislature or the Senate believed that the court is not relevant. They snubbed the court papers served on the Senate and went ahead and suspended her. So out of pain, there's nothing wrong in what she has done by going to Interparliamentary Union to present her case.
Okay.
You see, the bitter or the worst part of it that is not too pleasing is how we are now washing our dirty linens before the international community. It is very unfortunate and sad. And the Senate didn't manage this issue well at all. They hurriedly took sides and did the wrong thing. Okay, you can even see Coalition of the Youth of the North had given them 48 hours to reverse it. Otherwise, they are going to block the roads connecting the North and the South, whereby food cannot go down south and goods cannot come from south to the north, and that they will make them not even sit in that National Assembly. They've given them 48 hours. And when the North enters the street, it is extremely a dangerous phenomenon because it's hard to control them. Their anger spirals out of direction a good number of times. And once it starts, they will do that of Lokoja Abuja Road. As we are talking of that, if you don't control it, Kanu will start their own, Kaduna will join. Before you know it, to enter Abuja or go out of Abuja becomes a problem. They'll go to National Assembly again because they have the capacity to mobilize. And you see, there are those who are not even happy with the National Assembly, especially the quantum of money they cut away home in the name of constituency allowance and all that. And it's not touching the masses. So those people will capitalize on those flaws that they are seeing in the parliamentarians and come out in their large number to make them uncomfortable, to even put them into hiding.
Okay.
That they will be the ones now begging, please give us space. Let us go and reverse it.
Thank you.
That's what I foresee that is coming.
Thank you so much, CP Chuks Enwonwu, for talking to us. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you for accommodating and tolerating me.
All right. Do have a great day.
You too.
Yeah. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. I want us to listen to what Natasha, said at the UN. She's got something really, really good to say. Let's take a listen.
Apologize to Honorable Kafila Obara. I am not here to bring shame to our country. I'm here to seek help for the women of Nigeria. Again, my name is Senator Natasha. 5 days ago, on the 6th of March 2025, I was suspended. As a senator, I was suspended illegally because I submitted a petition of sexual harassment against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Akpabio. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silenced and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the officials, vehicles, and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries will be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly. And for 6 months, I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally, but I have no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women, because this is a bigger picture. This is a bigger picture. It depicts the crisis of women political representation. My suspension is not just about me. It's about the systemic exclusion of women. I come with a heavy leadership in Nigeria. Women make up 3.6% of political offices. And in the Senate, it's just 2.8. We have 109 men and only 4 of us are women. So right now, it's 108 with only 3 women. This is a clear case of political victimization, punishment for speaking out against impunity, corruption, and gender-based violence. The United Nations against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Akpabio. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silenced and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the officials, vehicles, and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries will be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly. And for 6 months, I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally, but I have no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women, because this is a bigger picture. This is a bigger picture. It depicts the crisis of women political representation. My suspension is not just about me. It's about the systemic exclusion of women from political leadership in Nigeria. Women make up 3.6% of political offices. And in the Senate, it's just 2.8. We have 109 men and only 4 of us are women. So right now, it's 108 with only 3 women. This is a clear case of political victimization, punishment for speaking out against impunity, corruption, and gender-based violence. The United Nations Declaration 48104 declares sexual harassment as a form of gender violence. The Senate's actions are an assault on democracy. I was elected by my constituents to represent them, yet a few powerful men have unilaterally decided to silence their voices by suspending me for 6 months. My call for an open and transparent investigation into harassment allegations have been met with hostility instead of accountability. If a female senator can be treated this way in the full view of the world, imagine what ordinary Nigerian women would go through every day in workplaces, in universities, and other aspects of our society. A culture of harassment and silencing must end. And this is not just a Nigerian issue, it's a global one. Women in politics, media, and businesses face threats, intimidation, and violence for simply demanding fairness. From sex for grades scandals in universities to harassment in workplaces and political spaces, Nigerian women have constantly been forced into silence. We need stronger legal protections and a zero culture tolerance for gender-based discrimination and intimidation. My call to the international community is such that the world must not stay silent as democracy and women's rights are rolled back in Nigeria. I call on human rights organizations, women movements, and democratic institutions to hold the Nigerian Senate accountable. Nigeria needs global partners to push for women's political inclusion, safety, and protection from political harassment. You may ask, what are my next steps? I will resist the political intimidation. In the past few days, a number of my colleagues, my male colleagues, have reached out to me and said, Natasha, all you need to do is apologize and retract your statements. And I told them I am not going to apologize. I will not apologize for my truth. That I will stand the 6-month suspension, and the very first day I return, I will represent my petition on sexual harassment. And I will continue doing so until there is a fair and transparent investigation. I will fight this injustice and continue to represent my constituents, whether the Senate wants to hear me or not. I will work with women's groups, civil society, and legal teams to ensure that this unconstitutional suspension is quashed. This is bigger than me. This is about ensuring that no other woman in politics or public office will ever be silenced again. Thank you so much.
56338 081-717-56338 is the number to call. All right. Okay. WhatsApp number, right, is 081-717-56338. But if you want to reach me directly, 0700-903-903-903. Do move away from your radio set or turn down the volume so we can hear each other. Just about 60 seconds. Oh, 2 minutes is fine.
I come with a heavy
120
heart
seconds
from
for
Nigeria.
everyone. Okay, 120 seconds for everyone. Mind what you say on a national radio. Just call in and hit your point and down to you.
Hello, Ikame Jude. Good morning.
All right, good morning.
Yeah, Peter Monse is my name from Shomolu.
Good morning, Peter Monse.
I am a satisfied person this morning on the action of Natasha. Honestly speaking, though, he's portraying Nigeria once again in a very bad light on the global platform. But when Nigerian men refuse to respect women and respect their rights and give them voice and allow them to breathe, I think since the world has become a global village and Nigeria is one of those of the United Nations members. So Natasha, well done. I know that God will give you strength You are not fighting for yourself alone like you have told us. You are fighting for the downtrodden people, not only the women, even the men that are used as carpet in Nigeria. I know that we will get to the end of this. Now, Mr. Jude, this is what Tinubu is supposed to fight against. He should have intervened and tell Akpabio that, look, you are not doing well. How can you come and say you suspend a whole senatorial district? How can you say you withdraw our security so that you could be killed by these rampaging terrorists all over the country? What the Shetima has told us this morning, that is wooing people that they should come and invest in Nigeria. That the only business that is thriving in Nigeria today is banditry. It's all these gunmen activities. It's terrorism. Because how many are killed? 30 were killed. Benue, Nasarawa, and this. And that's a thriving business for Shetima. And then you were talking about 9 people that were abducted, and they are demanding 100 million naira. That's the only business that is thriving now. And Tinubu went to Rivers State. Instead of him to go and tell the 27 lawmakers that defected that the Constitution of Nigeria says that when you defect, you lose your seat. He's going to talk to the militants. He's going to talk to Fubara. I'll put it this way. The Bible tells me that the prophet of God went to Ahab and told Ahab that you are the one destroying Israel, you and your father's house, because of the decision of Ahab. I want to tell you that because of the decision of Tinubu in Nigeria today, I can say it from my perspective. It's my personal opinion. I can accuse Tinubu of being the one destroying Nigeria today. Now, finally, somebody telling me that Rufai is a paperweight. Let me tell you and tell Nigerians, with all the actions of Tinubu, making Nigerians very hungry and angry, making Nigeria to suffer, electricity is not working. I came back throughout the night, no light in Shomolu, sleep under darkness. Tinubu does not see that. We talk of this criminal banding of how do you force ban on people that don't have money to even prep and see? Tinubu does not talk of that. Tinubu does not see all the killings of Nigerians. All that Tinubu is fighting for is power. So for me, Tinubu is even the paperweight we are talking about, because his action today has rendered Tinubu the paperweight politician in Nigeria. So we will team up. If there is no other party, I want Nigerians to hold on to this party. Let me suggest a party as I drop. Can we have the National Party of the Hungry People of Nigeria? Can we have that type of party so that all hungry Nigerians, all angry Nigerians, all suffering Nigerians, all downtrodden Nigerians can come together, and anybody can come on top of this party and we vote for that person to rescue Nigeria? APC has destroyed Nigerians. So we have to team up and make sure we get them out of power. If we must get, it's only the judiciary, the police, and the INEC that Tinubu is banking on. If we can go for the review of the Electoral Act, which is what Akpabio was supposed to do, but Akpabio, instead of that, is pushing women up and down. When we have our electoral system reviewed and change all these things that have given them opportunity, honestly, Tinubu is just a paperweight in politics in Nigeria. He will not go anywhere. Let them do that. That's what we want.
All right.
Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you so much and have a nice day too. Like I said, if you want to get to watch the full video, all right, what Natasha said, everything she said, just go there. Go to YouTube right now. It's showing there. VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. And you can watch it just right now. Just go there, type VOP 90.3 FM and click on it. It's showing there. You watch it. Thank you. Let me talk to you now. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Remy. Welcome.
Your Excellency.
Good morning.
Thanks for doing a fantastic job and taking my call. You see, we were making history. And each actor in this historical development must think about how the future will examine them. Natasha has made a statement, and whoever think she's wrong, I think they are wrong. Natasha is a powerful, intelligent woman. She could have just looked away and walked away. She would have just bow ahead and choose to dine at the table of criminality just to not be suspended. But she didn't do so. I don't know why when a woman speaks in Nigeria, we just kind of ostracize them. We don't regard their position as something that should be treated. For goodness sake, nobody is saying Natasha should be given a soft landing. A fair hearing is what we are calling for. As to the killing, sir, when will the last killing happen? Which killing will be the last? Because it sounds like we are so used to it and we are so conformed to the fact that, oh, they die, oh, you don't, these people, oh, in bad way, pa. And this is why I always tell politicians, you apply to be voted for and you promise people that you will keep them safe. They gave you the mandate, and this old problem, you have not been able to solve it. If you do not solve this problem, you will become the victim of your own failure. Because the people, look, you can arrest Showore, all these people that protest, you can arrest them. That is a rage that you cannot arrest. May the evil we fear not fall upon us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Remy Martins from Tottenham. 0700 903 903 903. It's a number to call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Jude.
Good morning.
Chuks Enwonwu here.
All right.
Graduating from Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Please, I wish I could see Peter Omonse and give him a very cold bottle of a beer.
Send the money. Send the money. It's 250,000. Hello, sir.
The man is so wonderful, so decentralized, so intelligent. All right. Please, when this we get across him, I would like to have his number, have his contact, and establish contact with him. He's a good man, an intelligent Nigerian, decentralized as well. Okay, Jude, have you seen Tinubu ask Fubara to go and obey the law, to go and obey what judiciary has ruled? Ironically, all that Tinubu told the so-called 8-point agenda that Tinubu gave Fubara to go back to Port Harcourt and implement. Jude, are you not bothered that those were the ruling that the Supreme Court gave to Fubara in favor of Wike and his boys? The baby cried in the night, or which cried in the night. The following morning, the baby died. Have you seen that Tinubu has abandoned governance and now putting eyes where does not concern Nigerians? They say about 40 people were killed in Nigeria in Benue, Zamfara, and Ondo. Tinubu never summoned his clueless security men to come and go after these devil criminals. Yesterday's survivors today's victims were yesterday's survivors. Today's survivors will be tomorrow's victims. They can make it. I don't know what to. This Nigeria, I don't know. Now, Akpabio has also abandoned governance. Went about, dealing with Natasha. I was watching King Gibe. Instead of King Gibe, I'm so disappointed in the synod of King Gibe. Instead of King Gibe taking side with our fellow women, asking for justice to be done. Nobody is asking for a soft landing for Natasha. But give him a fair hearing. Give her a fair hearing. Let everything be fair. Saraki advise Akpabio, provide a fair hearing. Subject yourself to be, probed and investigated. Let us see who is saying the truth. But they only went around, sanctioning people, taking away her security men, taking away her salary. It will not end there. The world will expose Akpabio one day. The Nigerian court system is protecting Akpabio, protecting all his recesses. But one day,
thank you.
So the world will expose him. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Hello.
Good morning.
It's still morning. It's morning. Welcome.
My name is Joshua Perkins. I'm calling from First Stack.
All right.
I would want to touch on the insecurity as well as the Akpabio Oduagba issue.
Okay.
Let me start with the Akpabio issue. She has not taken the matter too far. Anything and reasonable Nigeria with the means to pursue justice, because as a matter of fact, we cannot get justice here in Nigeria. That's why she left the shores of this country to a place where the constitution or there is any form of recompense to any anomaly in a particular system or way of doing things. I understand there is a particular lawyer that came on there and was saying she should have filed for the case first before shouting or doing what in this country. Like Dere Faro to me has written in his book, the judiciary is under the will and caprices of the government. And you cannot actually get justice from a corrupt justice system.
Okay.
Now, to the insecurity, I still cannot wrap my head over the fact that Jackson guy who defended himself from this glorified insurgent is facing death sentence. Now, what did you think that such a judgment would spill to any Nigerian in the street? You are telling them that if you cannot afford justice, you take it into your hand. That's what it means. That lives and properties are not safe, and these people are going about trying to get relevance in 2027 when all the lies they told as promises had failed.
Thank you.
What kind of a country do we live in?
Thank you so much.
Me, I've said it too, and I will still say it again. If these people are not annihilated, nothing will come out of this country.
Thank you so much.
Take it or leave
Appreciate
it.
you.
Good morning.
Appreciate you. Good morning to you.
It's March 2025 will be a day to remember. Get prepared as the Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministry invite you to special all-night service where yokes will be taken off your neck. Every kingdom of no will be put down because God is waiting to do what no man can do. At special all-night service, start yoke breaking night. It's going to be fire for fire. The troubler is in trouble. Coming up on Friday, March 14, 2025 at Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministries main auditorium, Mayor City, Kilometer 12, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Nigeria. Mini concert starts by 8 p.m. while the main program starts by 10 p.m. Come with a bottle of oil for prophetic impartation. Ministering Holy Spirit through His anointed Dr. D.K. Olukoya, General Overseer, MFM Worldwide. Tell someone to tell many at special all-night service. Yokes will be broken. Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministry. Surely the Lord is here.
All right, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Let me quickly read through your messages now, though my time is fast spent. But then if I cannot read all of them, I will take the rest by 10:30 when I return here. Okay? Everyone just stay with me, or by 11 a.m. Yeah, 11 a.m. would start reading your messages, right? But then, Mayor from Ikotogbe is saying, good morning to you. Madam Natasha takes her case to United Nations. That is a welcome development, since the Nigerian state has refused to hear her case and due to a thorough investigation so that we, the citizens, can see for ourselves who is guilty or not. Since APC came to power in 2025, or in 2015 rather, the country called Nigeria has not been the same again, with confused rulers and not leaders. Mark my words, fellow Nigerians, APC may end democracy in Nigeria if not checkmated. Thank you, Mayor. 42 people, not animals, killed by herdsmen in Benue, Nasarawa and Ondo. I can't understand it. The Senate haven't spoken about it. The President and the Presidency haven't spoken about it. Nigeria moves on. Does it mean it has become a norm that Nigerians are to be killed by herdsmen? If it's matter of politics, by now, presidency would have responded. Nigerian politicians, please, let's value human beings over politics, over power and materialism. Natasha has, taken her case to where she felt she can get justice. So let's see how it plays out. Benjamin from Shogunle. All right, Mazi Ugochukwu has this to say. He said, Rivers Assembly members should know that they are representing their people, not greedy wike. That's what he's saying. They have to work with their governor to provide dividends of democracy for their constituency. Please, Ikamijide, we should leave that one, leave that man. Mr. President should not forget about the party tribal Okay, Free Mazina Mekano. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Elder. Thank you. Appreciate you. Our National Assembly members are always chasing shadows and playing ostrich on issues of importance. To put the record straight, telling NCC to close all sites of pornography is not our problem right now. Rather, we expect the National Assembly members to go against high tariffs as have been imposed by MTN and others. And then, as for Akpabio, I advise him to be very careful with the way he treats his case with Senator Natasha before he gets out of hand or out of control. They should please release Mazin Namdekano from HRHB Sunwoko in Oshodi. And then, what's your name now? Elder Agbata from Malimo Shaw. It says Senator Natasha's journey to United Nations Parliament, well deserved. Wondering why Akpabio should preside over his own case is like using a sledgehammer to kill a fly. He has been very controversial since coming to National Assembly. It's okay. Let's see. If Governor Sim Fubara truly prioritizes his own interest and the well-being of Rivers State, he should fully implement the Supreme Court's decision as promised and advised by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Given the current circumstances, Fubara has no choice but to collaborate with Amahu-led Assembly. Unfortunately, he has been misled by self-serving lawyers. And Rufai Oseni of Arise TV did what? Okay. My advice to him, Abedin from Bagada sent that message. Governor Fubara should not be impeached from what is going on. That's the plan of the opposite party. Porn sites should be blocked. The youth of these days are becoming worse every day. Engineer Lawrence from Igboleri is the one sending that message. Let's see some more. Okay, let me bring Ogendigbo here now. But then the last one says Osinwaji from Shasha is saying, I'm happy Abia has approved for modular refinery. Is there a guarantee that NNPCL staff will allow its function by giving Okay, I think I have to go now. Let me just have a brief one with Ogendigo. Otutoma, good morning to you.
Oma.
How are you doing?
Bonjour.
Yeah.
Bonjour, monsieur. Comment ça va?
Merci.
Yeah.
Merci. Porn sites have been banned, blocked, according to the Senate. And what is that again? Akpotu Duagan has taken the case to the international ground, and a lot is playing out. Seriously. What are your opinions, seriously, on these issues?
Concerning women first. Concerning Senator Akpoti Oduara, I watched the video. It was so emotional, But I'm so happy for what she did. Since they can't handle it here in Nigeria, she presented a case, a report. Look at what happened. This man is harassing me sexually. Instead of you guys to look into it, you suspended her for 6 months. That means there is something you are avoiding. There is something you are running away from. Yes. She said she wants justice. So now it's an international sin. So let's see what comes out of it. But I'm so happy at least she took it there. Let the world hear her voice. Since Nigeria, since the Senate cannot, the ethics committee and privileges, whatever, cannot listen to her. Instead, they suspended her for 6 months. So let the international community look into it.
Kasmir.
This is like washing our dirty linens outside.
Yes.
I think.
We don't wash them.
I'm telling you.
The thing is this. I think number one is they are going to lift the ban. Right, now that she has taken it to international bodies. Secondly, is Igbo people used to say that one no na agba ni lo nwere ife na akụrụ egwu n'ime ọfịa. The bird that dances outside has something beating the drum inside the bush. So she has so many backups, knowing that this is her fundamental right, that these people are trying to intimidate or violate. Okay. So I believe that maybe something might come out of it, because she did not go there just to go or just to do something.
She don't play go there. Serious.
Even if you watch how serious she was, like bringing
she was so emotional. She even wanted to cry.
Yes, she almost cried. So I think she went there for a purpose, and that purpose, one of the purposes is, and people have started like lamenting. Bring down that 6 months for crying out loud is too much.
After all, Akpabio is the word are hearing her voice. Yes, since people cannot settle it here within us, let the whole world now. I just pray. I know they will take it up. You know, you both people now.
The other
don't
one
joke
about
with such a distance.
The other one about.
Have you seen a beautiful woman cry?
You want to make me cry?
You
want to make me cry?
Don't start.
I feel like crying. Let me hold my this thing.
I am just,
I'm so emotional this morning. And even today is Thursday. I would have, because of one thing.
Today is not Thursday.
Do you get it?
He knows what you say.
Mr. Jude, if you don't
Tuesdays
get
and Wednesdays are for us.
You forget about it.
Thursday.
No, yesterday.
Tomorrow he will talk.
My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. It's time to go. I'll see you by 10:30. Okay. On social media, I am IKAMIJUDEH. IKAMIJUDEH. See you later. I'm out of here. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude.
Please note, the views and opinions expressed on this program solely those of the individual contributors.